Hi everyone, I'm the bearded runner.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile.
Who's the bearded runner?
So the bearded runner is Henry Ainsley from Halifax, West Yorkshire, currently living in Worthing, and I am 49 years of age.
Until I look away, but I've known you too long.
What life events have driven you to raise awareness for mental health?
So growing up, I suffered a lot of abuse as a child. Going through life, I ended up really poorly, and then I lost my brother and my uncle and my best friend to suicide, and my sister-in-law died in the same year from a brain hemorrhage. And then ultimately I fell into a mist of depression and was very suicidal myself.
To watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.
How's your mental health at the moment?
Mental health at the moment is very, very good, to be honest. I sort of monitor myself and know when I'm having a bit of a dip. I accept the dips because I know that through what I've done through the years that I will come out of that dip.
Do you have any advice for people feeling low?
Feeling low is a lamination of thought processes, normally negative, and events. I think I always describe it as being like an onion. It's got lots and lots of layers. If you start peeling them layers back one by one and deal with them, then ultimately you deal with negative thought processes. So therefore, if you pick something on a day-to-day basis and turn that negative into a positive, you can very, very soon be feeling really happy.
As you fade away.
Can you tell me more about your challenge?
So the challenge this year was, I set out on this challenge this year to run 2,022 miles, 365 days, with possibly 32 marathons involved. I've done 11 marathons, and through the year I realised that it wasn't necessarily about the marathons. I ended up on a lot of occasions going out running 20, 18 miles with people who were suffering, and for me the marathons become less important and the journey become more important to me. So I'm running at the moment 205 days I've been running, and I've covered 11 marathons, so I've got till the 1st of January to complete my challenge.
What have your highlights been over the last 7 months?
So the last 7 months, coming back from last year when I ran 54 half marathons, this year I set off as obviously to do this challenge and to keep my beard growing. I think the highlights of this year is actually people who've been suffering. I mean, I've been on the TV, I've been on the One Show, I've carried the torch for the Commonwealth Games, but I think when all said and done, when people come up to me and say that I'm making a change in their lives, I think they're the big highlights for me. I don't necessarily want to be in the shop window and it be about me. For me, it's more about showing people a way forward.
How does running improve your mental health?
So for me, when I was going through what I was going through, I went to the doctors and I refused to have antidepressants. So what I did was every day I put my trainers on, and at this point you've got to realise that I was 17 stone, 16 and a half, 17 stone, and I wasn't fit, and I couldn't even run 100 yards, but every day I got stronger, and every day the smog and the darkness got lighter. So for me, I always say to people say, what is the difference between an antidepressant drug? Obviously I haven't taken one, I'm only going off on what people are saying, and running or sport activity. So I always say antidepressants are something like a wall, they put a wall up and stop you doing something stupid or something that you're going to regret. Whereas running, it helps you run through that wall and smash that wall down. There isn't a drug on the planet that will give you a continued high that sports will give you. And until you get out that door and put that first step out there, you know, we're in an environment now where we hear nothing but doom and gloom. We hear nothing about, you know, there's going to be another COVID, we're going to be in a recession, diesel. These are all the laminations, and when these laminations get too much, this is when we have breakdowns. For me, I always say, look after your own and look after yourself, and go out there and just do it. And people say, I'm not a runner, I'm not this, I'm not that. I say, listen, it doesn't matter if you run 20-minute miles, it doesn't matter if you walk, just get out there and enjoy what nature, because nature has got everything to really cure you. So that would be the best advice I probably could give you, to be honest, is just get out the door and make that change. Don't wait for someone else to, you know, make that change for you.
Is talking about how you're feeling worthwhile?
Yeah, massively we talk. It's almost a dam that builds up and the water's backing up behind the dam and the river's running, and that pressure gets too much, and you know, on occasions that dam breaks. But if you let a bit of water out, it takes the pressure off. So what I would say is talking to people, and talking to people while you're walking in nature can be very, very powerful. For me, I run a running club and I do bits and bats with people, but for me it's very, very important to not let that dam get full up of water. Let a bit out, talk to people, and I think we've had quite a bit on the news, you know, certain people saying, you know, if you're struggling, talk, and that would be the best advice I could give you, is to get out there and talk.
How can people reach out to you?
People can reach me on Facebook, thebeardedrunner.co.uk, and send me a message. I always return messages. You know, if you're struggling, just, you know, send me a private message and I'll always get back to you. I'll always try my best to point you in the right direction or give you some advice. So from me, the Bearded Runner, keep strong, keep running, keep getting out that door. See you soon.